It's one thing to be rich, but it's quite another to be as rich as Jeff Bezos. The founder and owner of Amazon has amassed more wealth than anyone else in the modern history of our world. As of this writing, his net worth is an absolutely astronomical $215 billion. And no, you didn't mishear. It's actually $215 billion. That's 215 times $1,000 million. Unimaginable, or don't you think? Welcome to a new video. Today we show you how a visualization of the wealth of the richest person in our history looks like, and also tell you for which curious things the Amazon founder spends his millions or billions. This much we can already reveal: it will be astronomical. We don't want to talk much about who Jeff Bezos actually is, because thanks to Amazon and its resulting wealth, almost everyone on our planet knows him. Our one would be already saved with $215 million for life, and certainly also additional generations such as the children and grandchildren. But Jeff Bezos owns $215 billion, which contradicts all human expectations of ever being able to earn this. In fact, it is almost impossible for a single person to amass such a fortune, and only he has managed to do so. Of course, he didn't earn this sum just by being the CEO of Amazon. His salary for the job is about $81,000 per year, which honestly isn't a really good salary, but one that most of us would enthusiastically accept. Most of us, however, are not Jeff Bezos. In fact, none of us are, as he's probably too busy running one of the biggest companies in the world than to sit down and watch this video. The remaining $214,999,919,000 that Jeff Bezos has in his name comes from the shares he owns in his company. And since Amazon is such a gigantic company that is as synonymous as Google and Facebook are to our world, of course it makes sense that he managed to amass such an incredible amount of money. The human mind often has trouble understanding 1 billion without thinking of 215 billion. Remember, a billion is 1,000 million. Imagine if you won $1 million in the lottery 215,000 times in a row. You would be as rich as Jeff Bezos, provided you didn't spend any of that money. On the other hand, if you were making $10 million a year and had some mega superstar celebrity job, it would take 100 years to make $1 billion and 21,500 years to match Jeff Bezos' net worth. Even a salary of $500 million per year, which is an amount that pays for absolutely no job in the world, you would still have to hold that job for over 300 years before you could come face to face with Jeff Bezos' bank account. Yes, this man is so rich that he had to pay one of the largest divorce settlements in the history of divorces, and still became richer than anyone else on the planet. He and his wife Mackenzie separated in 2019, and as a settlement, he gave up 25% of the Amazon shares the two owned together. Along with her 4% minority stake in the company, Mackenzie Bezos turned into a mega billionaire overnight. She received an incredible $45 billion simply by divorcing Jeff Bezos, and has since been ranking among the top 5 richest women in the world. Even after that, Jeff Bezos is still worth well over $100 billion, and he's gotten virtually every dollar back since then just by keeping Amazon going. Think of it another way. The British royal family, among the richest families in the world, has a net worth of $88 billion. One man alone is over $50 billion richer than the entire British royal family. To be fair, the Queen of England does not offer 2-day delivery with free shipping. Here's an example of how gigantic his fortune was at the beginning of 2020. TikTok user Humphrey Yang was able to help here. He made a video using grains of rice to represent money. Each grain of rice was worth $100,000. Then he showed only 10 grains of rice to represent $1 million. He needed 10,000 grains of rice, which is more than enough for several delicious dinners, to represent $1 billion for Jeff Bezos. For his entire fortune, he needed an incredible 26 kilograms of rice. That was an incredibly huge pile. And what's really scary is that his TikTok video didn't come out until late February 2020. At that time, Bezos, his fortune was only $122 billion. By December 2020, thanks to the corona crisis, he has added more than $80 billion to his fortune, which would require another 16 kilograms of rice. Hope you're hungry! Let's forget the rice for a second and visualize the money, or its $215 billion. If you had all that money in $1 bills and stacked them in a huge pile, it would reach nearly 30 million miles into the sky. The pile of money would reach to the moon and back, and all that for an incredible 30 times. So who still needs rockets to get to the moon? However, Jeff Bezos still has an extremely long way to go if he wants his money to reach Mars, the red planet that is over 172 million kilometers from Earth. That's where his fortune would have to grow to about 1.14 trillion. Is that even possible? Remember that just a few decades ago, the idea of someone being worth $215 billion also seemed impossible. Maybe Jeff Bezos doesn't want to deal with all those dirty dollar bills. Maybe he enjoys shiny dollar coins instead. If so, he'd better buy a bunch of wheelbarrows real quick, because this is going to be very hard. Each US dollar coin weighs 8.1 grams, or about 2.8 ounces. That adds up quickly because 124 US dollar coins equal about 1 kilo. If Jeff Bezos owned 215 billion of these coins, they would weigh an incredible 1.8 billion kilos. That's Jeff Bezos, his wealth in the form of dollar coins. Crazy, right? What if he did something realistic, like buy as many sports leagues as he could? With his money, he could all but own professional sports. Currently, the National Hockey League is worth $20.6 billion. Major League Baseball is worth $55.5 billion, and the National Basketball Association is worth $57 billion. He could buy 3 of the top 4 sports leagues, where he could then own every single team in all 3 leagues and still have around $81 billion to play with. We're not entirely sure Jeff Bezos is a wrestling fan, but let's assume he used some of his extra money to buy WWE. Currently, the pro wrestling company is worth $5.71 billion, which means Bezos could absolutely buy it along with his 3 new leagues. After all, Jeff Bezos could still be worth around $76.2 billion, which is actually such a huge sum for anyone not to be able to spend it in a lifetime. If he does manage to spend this sum, and continues to earn his comfortable annual salary of $81,000, it would take him more than 100,000 years to get his fortune back. Hopefully, this visual lesson has shown that $215 billion is not just a lot of money, nor is it something that anyone can achieve through hard work alone. It is a unique, almost unimaginable amount of wealth that few people can hope to ever experience in their lifetime. Unless, of course, someone can invent free shipping someday. What a great idea! We're already on it! Which of the visualizations of his fortune fascinated you the most? Let us know in the comments. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and leave a like. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.